I just realized I left my phone out there in the other room. Okay, I'm back, and I actually have what I need. Okay, so we're just gonna get the stream set up, and then we're gonna begin. So here should be fun time. If you guys don't know what we're doing here, we are going to be doing a enemy tier list. So we're gonna go through that in a second. I just want to get everything set up because I'm doing something this stream, and it should be very cool. And you will see what that is once I get it up, because I haven't done this for a while. But we're gonna do, once I get it up, just give me a second here, fellas. Just bear with me here, guys. Okay, and if I do this, not exactly what I had in mind it would do. You know, it'll have to do, guys. I'm... Oh wait, the love heart's there. Can I, like, get that love heart off? Like, can I just make it go away? Am I able to do that? I don't know. A love heart might just be there. It's okay. It's okay, guys. We can manage. We can manage. We can manage. So, now. Yeah, that's right. I got damn Pikmin music playing over it. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Okay. Let me just check that audio is working. I can take my headset off. Okay, I can confirm audio is working. And we are almost ready to begin, which is very exciting. So yeah, should be a fun time, guys. Gonna be doing some Pikmin enemy ranking. If you guys don't know what that means, it's pretty much we're just gonna go through all the enemies and figure out, like, sort them into how difficult they are. So it should be very, very fun, very chill stream as well. So yeah, it should be a fun time. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because you guys know that I am very excited for this, if that wasn't already obvious. So yeah, it should be good fun. Very, very good fun. Music's quite loud in my ear. I might turn it down a little bit. I might turn it down a bit. So there we go. Perfect. No, stream, don't tell me that there's an encode overload. It's a lie. I know it is. It's a lie. It's a lie I'm being told. I don't believe it. So no, I don't trust you. I do not trust you at all. Yeah, almost ready to go, guys. Okay then. I think we are good. We're good to begin. So, first order of business, we gotta name these tiers. So, I think the first one should definitely, like, obviously be Dane. Oh, I'm typing that into the wrong thing. Oops. I'm smart. Danger. Danger. Then do not disturb. Then minor issue. No worries. And easy. Okay, and we add. Yeah, just like that. Yep. What the? Why does it do that? Why? What are you doing? I don't know why it, like, types it backwards. Okay, so, we are ready to rock and roll, fellas. So, let's just grab a random enemy. Sure, the honey wisp. Well, I don't think there's much to say about the honey wisp. It can't kill your Pikmin. In fact, it helps your Pikmin. It's easy. Yeah, no question there. Okay, here we go. The snowy, blowhog. These are probably, a bit more of an issue than Fireys, because I do think they have more HP than, Fireys. But I still don't think they're that big of an issue, so I'll put them in no worries. And also, with Fireys, you're finding them with reds, which do way more damage than ice. Okay, next, Greater Spotted Jelly Float. Okay, Greater Spotted Jelly Floats can definitely be, an issue if you're not careful. So yeah, like, if you have a small squad of Pikmin and they all get sucked up, yeah, they're gone. They're all dead. So yeah, I think the Greater Spotted is a minor, definitely a minor issue. Okay, Skitterleaf. All it can do is just, like, de-leaf your Pikmin. So it's more annoying than the Honey Wisp, but it can't kill. And there's never a situation where it has the chance to kill as well. Water Dumple. Okay, so Water Dumples aren't really that bad. They are quite weak in this game, but they can eat up to 3 Pikmin, but yet again, they're not really that big of an issue. But they're more of an issue than the, Snowies. Next, okay, we have the Smoky, the Slooch, the Poison Slooch. These things aren't that big of an issue. Probably at the, like, above the, Water Dumples, because you can only fight them with whites, and because whites do so little damage, it does kinda suck to fight them with. And I do also think they're immune to, the poison if they eat, white Pikmin. Okay, the pufferfish. Okay, this little dude. If you just, like, get him, if you just, like, charge up Ochi and just slam him with your blue Pikmin, he's no issue. But if you've got, like, a small squad of blue Pikmin, or if you're even just throwing them at him, then he can definitely kill, like, 5 or 6, so he's definitely a minor issue. Next. Okay, is this the offspring, or which aristocrat is this? Okay, yes, this is the offspring. Offspring's really not a worry. They're a bit more difficult than, I'd say, the Frosties, but not as hard as Dumples or the Slooches. Because yes, there are very few that hide in the ground, but even then, they're not going to be that big of an issue. Like, you just can chuck a few reds on there and they'll take it out, or just charge it with Ochi and it's dead. Like, yeah, not a big threat. Scuttlechucks. These things aren't an issue, like, at all. Like, Scuttlechucks aren't an issue, and you'll be very rarely leaving your Pikmin unattended with them. So yeah, probably at the very bottom of no worries. Okay, well, let's just get all the Spectralids out of the way. All 3 Spectralids, they're all easy. They're all easy. They're all, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'd say they're probably a bit harder than the Honey Whispers because they're harder to hit. Okay, Toady Bloister. These aren't that big of an issue because as long as you just charge the back of the little, like, onion on its back, it won't be able to poison your Pikmin, and it will rarely shake them off, so probably, and it won't eat many of your Pikmin as well, so it's probably between the Aristocrab offspring and the Dumple. Okay, here we go, something a bit more annoying. The, the decimated Skitterleaf. These things suck, especially in the nighttime mode. Definitely a minor issue, so hey, I'd say they're probably more difficult than the Greater Spot and the Pufferfish, because they're so fast and they can eat Pikmin so fast. Like, yes, you just throw one Pikmin on top and they're dead, but like if there's a big number of them, like, and they're coming at you fast, and also because they're so small, Ochi, if there's like a very small bump in the ground, Ochi will just boop, Ochi will just bounce over it, which is obviously a big issue. Okay, here we go, Doodlebug. You don't see him a lot in the game. I think there's 2 or 3 of them in the whole game, and I think they're all in the last cave. Not that big of an issue, though they can poison, so I'd say they're probably, they're probably harder than the Slooches, though, because they can poison all your Pikmin, and because you don't expect them, they just come out of the ground very suddenly. It definitely can get you caught off guard, especially if, like, you've just left them unattended, and, like, they're carrying something back, and it just pops up out of the ground, and your Pikmin die from poison, because you couldn't get to them fast enough. Okay, is this the Bulbear? This is the Bulbear. Where do I want to put the Bulbear? I want to say Do Not Disturb. I'm going to put him at the very bottom of Do Not Disturb, because Bulbears in this game they're very not fretful, like, especially from previous games. In previous games, if you even get close to it, if you're, like, say, like, on the other side of the goddamn map, that thing will actively try to hunt you down. But this thing, it won't even see you if you're, like, standing legit right behind, pretty much, like, sniffing it. It won't be able to sense you, because, like, it's just AI doesn't work like that in this game, which kind of sucks. But just get jiggy. I might later, Johnny. I might in a bit. But yeah, Bulbears aren't that big of a threat, but still, obviously, can eat a lot of Pikmin and have a decent amount of health. Okay, the small chili dwarf Bulborbs. These things aren't that bad. I'll probably put them, probably more annoying. Probably right there's a good spot for them, because they can do, like, big damage. Like, they can eat Pikmin if you're not looking at, and because you can only kill them with ice Pikmin, it definitely does make it a bit annoying. And they also can't be frozen, but yet again, it's not that big of an issue. You just get a few ice and just chuck them on. Like, not that big of a deal. Okay, the Fire Slooches. These are definitely easier than the poison variants, because, as I said, for the, Blowhog, it's red Pikmin do more damage. That's it. That's the only reason they're easier. Okay, the Wogpole. It can't kill your Pikmin, all it can do is distract them. Probably less annoying than the Skitterleaf, but still, you can still, like, leaf your Pikmin if you're not being careful. Okay, the Minnows, these little dudes. Not seen in a whole lot of areas. I think they're only seen in the, serene shores and, like, the big water pools. Not that big of a deal, really. They take a very long time to eat blue Pikmin. So you really don't have to worry about them, and as long as you've got, like, a decent sized squad, you can easily take them out. So I'd probably put them right there. Hello, Russ. How are we all? Okay, the little mites, little ticks. These things are no worries. They will very rarely eat your Pikmin. It's definitely easy. Like, you don't have to worry about them at all. There's no need to worry. Um, yeah, they're not gonna really kill your Pikmin at all, if any. Um, so yeah, they're not that lethal. No need to threat. Okay, the um, golden skitter, the golden iridescent flint beetle. Um, these things, are probably less annoying than... Hold on, I'm actually gonna move the doodle bug a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Because the doodle bug can poison them, but gold can't do anything. I don't think there's any difference between the gold and the green. I think the only difference is the golds carry treasure, and like mainly carry treasure, while greens just carry like nectars and sprays and stuff, so that's all it really is. Um, okay, the big boy aristocrat, these things are a do not disturb. Heck, I'd probably say they're above bears, because these things will actively try to hunt you down. Like, if it senses you behind it, it will like full do a 180 and just come like sweeping, just chomping up your Pikmin and stabbing its claw into the ground. Like, those things can be dangerous, and especially if you've got a small number of Pikmin, like it can get very dicey. Okay, normal dwarf bulborbs. These things are easy. You're never gonna lose Pikmin to these. They're easy. That's, yeah, easy. You're only gonna lose Pikmin to these if they're carrying a treasure and there just so happen to be one on the track that they walk by and it just like noms on a few. Like, that's gonna be your only issue with these. Okay, female shear grubs, and let's chuck up the male and the shearwig. Female, it's obviously easy. We'll put it right there next to the spectralids. Okay, the male is a bit more annoying still, not an issue, it's up there with the mite. Probably a bit less lethal than the mite, because at least with the ticks they can like jump around everywhere. With the males, they just kind of vibe on the ground. And then the shearwigs are probably at the bottom of no worries, because, I mean, you just throw one Pikmin at them and they die. Like, especially if they're in the air, because they just get knocked down and they can't do anything. So, like, there's, yeah, no need to worry. Okay, lesser spotted jelly floats. These things also not a big issue. You'll very rarely lose Pikmin to these. I'd say they're probably... I want to say maybe there. Yeah, or maybe above the aristocrat. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, these guys, little charging hogs. These things aren't that big of a deal. Like, as we've seen, these things aren't a deal at all. Like, yeah, they're not gonna kill your Pikmin or anything. You don't have to worry. Yeah, there's no need to worry with these things, especially if you just have a small squad of Pikmin. You can just charge them with Ochi and it dies. Like, not a big issue. And I don't know if it can kill Pikmin. It might be able to kill Pikmin, but I don't know. So I'm gonna put it there, right underneath the blowhog. Okay, let's just get the normal iridescent flint beetle. A little bit less, it's pretty much the same as the gold, because with the gold, like, you're not worrying about, like, with the green, it obviously helps you more than it hurts you. So actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm gonna move them down next to here, next to the flower, next to the spectralids. Okay, dwarf bulbear. These things are probably at the very bottom of a minor issue, because these things, like, they will, unlike the bulbear, like, if you get close to them, they will hunt you down. And again, just throw a few Pikmin at them, they're not big of a deal. But, like, if you don't kill them and you try to fight the bulbear, they can definitely chomp out a few Pikmin, so you definitely need to be careful about that. Okay, the little bread bugs. these things are fine. You don't have to worry about them. I'm honestly not even sure if they can kill Pikmin. Like, if they can directly kill Pikmin. Like, they can obviously carry Pikmin and then just they die from, like, other creatures like Bulborbs and such just chomping on them. But yeah, really not that big of a deal. Probably top of easy. Speaking of easy, let's get the giant counterpart, the giant breadbug. Now, I believe the small ones are able to carry 20 units. The giant ones are able to carry 30. So, probably at the bottom of no worries. They can actually charge you though, like if you take something back to the base, they suck it up and like they're attached onto it. Like they will charge at you then, which can definitely deal a bit of damage. So I might, or like I don't think it can directly kill Pikmin, but it definitely can lead to other things killing your Pikmin. So it's probably, I'd say right there is a good spot for it. Okay, the fiery blowhog. As I said, it's just the snowy one, but a bit harder, so right there next to it. Okay, this is the cannon beetle larva. This is the rock one as well, so these things, they can kill a lot of Pikmin because they're rocks. They can obviously, they're going to be lethal, so you definitely need to be careful with that, but other than that, it's not that big of an issue. I'd probably put it at the top of no worries. But yeah, you do need to be careful out for it though. Okay, the arachnode. You don't see this thing a lot in the game. You see it a few times. Really not that big of an issue. And by the time you do find them, you already have rocks. Like the first one you find is in the area where you get the rock onion. So not that big of a deal. Bottom of no worries. Okay, the sun squish, the little eggs, look like fried eggs. These things, they can eat Pikmin, and if you don't know how to beat it, it can be a bit of a problem, but other than that, it's really not going to cause you any issues. It's probably right. It's probably like pretty much same with the Scuttlechuck. As like, you won't be leaving your Pikmin unattended, so you should be fine. Okay, let's get all the Dweevils. All of them up here. All the Dweevils. Okay, so so they're obviously all gonna be in no worries because, actually I think I'm gonna move you up to bottom of minor issue. Yeah, I like that. So the fiery Dweevils, probably the easiest of them all because, I mean, you're fighting them with reds. So, really not a big issue, so probably right there. Poison, bit harder than the reds. Yellow's probably between them, same with the blues. And then the ice is probably just below poison, because they're the only ones that can't. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put them at the top, because they're the only ones that can't be specifically, frozen, while the rest can. So yeah, that's that. Swooping Snitchbug. These guys, they don't seem to get Pikmin. I think they only go for captains. I could be wrong about that, but I've never seen this thing pick up anything. So yeah, definitely, just easy. It's more of an annoyance than anything. Okay, Withering Blowhog. These things can't directly kill your Pikmin, but they can, like, blow your Pikmin away. And definitely have the chance, like, blow them into, say, like an aristocrat or such, and they just chomp, 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 just kill all your Pikmin. So, like, you definitely do need to be careful. But yet again, still not a big issue. I'd probably put them, above the, jelly floats. That music loud for you guys, hold on. It sounds very loud in my ear. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. This sounds very loud in my ear, and this is Pikmin music as well. Like, I did choose Pikmin music. Okay, the Downy Snagrets. These things can definitely chomp a few Pikmin if you have limited numbers. So yeah, they're definitely, a bit of an annoyance. I'd put them at the top of no worries, because if you have a small squad of Pikmin, or don't have Ochi on you, they can be a bit annoying. Like, they will chomp on some Pikmin. But other than that, not a big issue. Like, just get a few reds and you'll be fine. Yeah, that's about it. The chili hops. Okay. These, I would say these are definitely, a minor issue. Because when they jump, because, like, you can really mainly only fight them with ice to negate the ice, when they, like, splat down. So it is definitely easier to fight them with ice, but they are definitely weakened by that. Like, they are definitely stronger, like, because you can't freeze them, because they're ice. And you can only really fight them with ice Pikmin, which do very little damage. So with ice Pikmin doing little damage and they can't be frozen, makes it a bit annoying. So yeah, definitely a minor issue. Okay, these little dudes, I don't remember what these are called, they're in Pikmin 3. All they do is blow bubbles, they can't directly kill Pikmin. They can, like, move them around a little bit. That's really it. Probably a bit annoyinger than the... Actually, no, I think they're an easy. I think they're an easy. And not a big issue at all. Okay, the babies. The babies. Definitely nerfed from Pikmin 2. Definitely nerfed. They were monsters in, they were monsters in that game. Absolutely monsters, because they would, like, they're taking a Pikmin down with them. They don't care. In this game, they're more of just an annoyance than anything. So I'd probably put them, and there will be big numbers of them, so I probably will put them, I'll put them above the dwarf bulbul bears, and I'll probably move you down a bit as well. Yeah, so that's where, the lava is. Okay, the water scuttle, and where's the mud one? Here it is. Not a big deal. I don't think the mud one can even kill Pikmin, so it's probably easy. The water one, it can kill Pikmin, so it's obviously going to be a bit more annoying. Yet again, not that big of a deal. Really not that big of a deal. You won't be dealing with them very often. Like the mud ones, they only appear in the final area of the game, and the water one appears really only in Serene Shores, and there's like a few of them. So yeah, no need to worry there. Normal Wollywogs. Like these are just the yellow Wollywogs. Not as annoying as the yellow ones, so definitely down here. Probably less lethal than the Downies. Actually, no, they're more lethal than the Downy Snagrets. Because, like, with the Downy Snagrets are only biting one at a time, but these, Wollywogs, they can, like, jump up and just squash, like, a good 5 or 6 of them at once. So, yeah, you definitely need to be careful. I think, actually, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna move this fish down to the top of No Worries. We can, like, figure it out and sort it out at the end. Once you've gone through them all. A node beetle. I think these things pop up once or twice in the whole game. And they pop up once in, that one sub-level cave in the Blooming Acacia, and I think they pop up one other time. And I can't even remember it, so that's not promising. Not a big issue, especially because, electric is stronger than what it was in 3, but nowhere near as lethal as it was in 2. So probably, I would say, at the top of easy. Okay, here we go, these smoky bulborbs. Probably up there with the chills. I probably would put them above the chills. Yes, we have face cam, posh man. We have face cam, guys. Awesome, we have face cam. But yeah, the smoky ones, not that big of a deal, just chuck a few, and especially because they have a little part on their back, and when you throw a Pikmin on there, the Pikmin do extra damage, so you don't have to worry. Oh, I like the emote. But yeah, no, you don't need to worry at all. Yeah, no worries. Okay, let's go. Let's just get all the cakes up here. So, Scorch and Frost. Okay, so these guys aren't that big of a deal, though they can definitely kill a lot of Pikmin. So I think I will put them all in a minor issue. I think, get Jiggy, I might towards the end of the stream. Or like, I might after we've gone through all the enemies. Okay, Posh Man? Do we have a deal? Do we have a deal, Posh Man? Hopefully. I'm a shake your hand, posh man. Reach out to me, shake my hand. Thank you. So yeah, shock's more of an issue than the scorch. And then the frost are the most annoying because they can't be frozen. But I do think I think they're all above the chili wog. Okay, whip tongue bulb. These things, they don't pop up a lot. You'll mainly see them in Dandoris and such. Not that big of an issue. Like, they are, like, a bit annoying with their long-reaching tongue. So you do need to be careful. I'd probably put them above all the cakes. You'll be back at 1:30. Radio, posh man. All good. Oh, you've got soccer. All good. All good, posh man. We've got the albino. Albinos are probably a little bit harder. I'd say they're there at the top of easy. You know, I'm gonna move the dwarf bulb up a bit. There we go. Because with the albinos, they do chomp Pikmin faster, I believe. But they do have a little bit less HP, so I might put them down with the normal. So yeah, they're pretty much same playing field, right about. Mamuda, you fight 2 of them in the whole game, which is very underwhelming, as they're a very fun enemy. I do like the Mamutas, I especially like the furry Mamutas, they're very cool. They help your Pikmin, they flower them, but they can be a bit of an annoyance with them burying Pikmin, so I'll probably put them up there with the, like just below the snit. Oh, put him down a bit because he helps out as well. Okay, I think that's a good spot. Okay, the bearded amp rat. Here we go. Bearded amp rat. So, bearded amp rats. They can be troublesome, but they're not really that bad. Probably a little bit more annoying than the yeah, probably more annoying than the pufferfish, because at least with the pufferfish dudes, you can attack them with all kinds of Pikmin. And like if they're not in water, you're fine. You don't have to worry. But with bearded amp rats, you can only really fight them with like yellow Pikmin. Like that'll be your main form of attack. So yeah, you need to be careful about them. But yeah, as I said, not that big of an issue. Okay, dwarf orange bulbs. These things, they do have a big range, so I probably will put them up in a minor issue. Probably put them at the bottom of it. Because, like, they won't be killing many, like, they do have an increased range, which does make them a bit more annoying. Okay, we have the normal bulb. This is as generic as Pikmin generics. That Englished, okay? So yeah, normal bulb, not a big issue, really. They can chomp down on your Pikmin, but they don't have a lot of HP, so I'll probably put them up. I think there's a good spot. Okay, both the chrysanthemum type things. Okay, so these things are definitely minor issues. I'd say probably the normal Creething Chrysanthemum is less annoying than the Whip Tongue, and the Mushroom one is more annoying, because the Mushroom one spits out poison as well, as like an after effect, so it's definitely more annoying in that sense. We are almost at the end, jeez, that is kind of crazy. Okay, we have the little dudes, and let's get the big dudes out. I don't think these guys can even kill Pikmin directly, at least I haven't seen them. Probably at the bottom of minor issue, and I'd put the big one up, maybe above the chili hop, because, they're just, like, they can't directly kill Pikmin, and these guys don't have a lot of HP either, so, like, you don't have to worry. The only annoying thing is you have to charge him, and with the big guys, you gotta charge him twice. But yeah, other than that, not a big issue. Okay, these guys, little sucky blowy dudes. I think they can kill Pikmin? I don't know, I've never seen them kill Pikmin, so I could be very wrong. This music sounds very loud. But yeah, I've never seen these guys kill a Pikmin. Like, not a big deal at all, so, yeah, no need to worry with these fellas. I'd probably put them at the, probably put them down here, between those dudes. Okay, what do we want next? These dudes. Okay, these dudes are definitely annoying. These dudes are definitely, near the top of a minor issue. I'd probably say at the top of a minor issue, because they can, like, especially, like, the two of them surrounded, like, guarding the final cave. Cabin for a King, that's definitely, those things suck to kill. But you can just freeze the mud that they're in with ice Pikmin, and then you just kill them pretty much, so, like, that is one thing that you can do. But if you don't have ice Pikmin on you, you will struggle a bit, because you can't go, and they only live in the deep mud as well, so you can't go into, like, the shallow mud and then just, like, dash it with Ochi, no, because Ochi will, like, drown in the deep mud, in the bottomless bogs. Okay, the grey Wollywogs. These things, probably more annoying than the yellows, but still not an issue. Probably put them up there with the pufferfish. I'll probably put them above the normal Bulbul. Just similar with yellow Wollywogs, but I think they're a bit faster and they have a bigger squish range? I don't know. Sounds about right anyways. Okay, the big frost Bulbulbs. Okay, the big frost Bulbulbs. These things, these things are definitely probably a do not disturb, because, like, these things, they freeze your Pikmin, you can only fight them with ice. And, I mean, if you've got, like, multiple different kinds of Pikmin with you, you can't charge it with Ochi. Which definitely sucks. And, like, you can't even bite it with Ochi, because you'll just throw the Pikmin instead. So, yeah, definitely, a do not disturb. Okay, Matites. These things are just an annoyance. That's all they exist for. They can't directly kill Pikmin, but they can cause, other stuff to kill your Pikmin. So I'd put them at the, top of easy. Okay, Pearly Clams. These are fun. They can kill. I believe they can kill a whole squad of Pikmin in one go. So definitely, a minor issue. Definitely near the top. You do need to be careful when fighting Pearly Clams, because if you're not careful, your whole squad just wiped out in an instant. And they do have quite a bit of HP as well. And they do not give you a lot of time to get your Pikmin out of there. So you definitely need to be careful with the Clams. Okay, Watery Blowhog. These things are more annoying than the fiery, but not as annoying as the ice. Just because, like, with water you mainly find the wet blue Pikmin, which are obviously weaker than reds, and they can also be frozen, which is why they're weaker than the ice ones. Okay, the Gildemans, whatever these, the Gildemander and the Gildemander. We'll get the Gildemander up here as well, because they're pretty much the same. The little dudes, I would say they're a minor issue, because, like, if you have a small squad of Pikmin, they're just gonna chomp your Pikmin down. I mean, especially if you're not riding Ochi, he's just gonna lick and lick and lick and just eat tons of Pikmin. Which suck. And then with the big guy's definitely, our first danger. The Gildemanders are scary. You need to watch out for these. They have a ton of HP. You need to hit 3 different spots. And with the game's automatic target system, they're really hard to aim. Or just aim at what you actually want to aim at. And they can eat a lot of Pikmin, so you're definitely, a danger. Do not go near. Okay, the massive sheer grubs. I haven't seen these guys eat Pikmin. I imagine they can, though. So, for that reason, we're going to put them up here in a minor issue. Probably below these guys. They're just massive sheer grubs. They do have a bit of HP, though, so I'll probably put them above the dwarf orange. Okay, Flighty Joustmite. The Flighty Joustmite. Let's get the normal Joustmite up here as well. Okay. Normal Geosmite, really not that big of a deal. Probably down here. Probably like above the... I think there's a good spot, and then the Flighties probably after the Wollywogs. Like, both not a big issue. With the Flighty ones, like, you will need to stay with them, because with the normal Geosmites, you can just let your Pikmin go ham, but with the Flighties, like, if you're not paying attention, and like if you charge your Pikmin at them and then just walk away, they will fly up and just aerial your Pikmin and just eat them all. Because they like won't come down then. So yeah, you do need to be careful. Okay, these guys, the grub chuckers, I think they're called. These things are probably a do not disturb. They are very annoying to do damage to. I'd probably put them above the Frosties. But yeah, their hitbox is very weird on them. The way I've figured out how to kill them is, like, there's two ways to kill them. You can either just charge the back of their legs twice, or you can, like, throw your Pikmin at their feet, and it'll, like, weaken them or something. It's fair. I don't really understand. But then you have to get your Pikmin to destroy that top part, and the Pikmin are dumb. They'll attack the sides and the back of his head, but they won't attack the weak spot. So yeah, definitely a do not disturb. Okay, here we go, the Puffy Blowhog. These things are probably, a minor issue. Probably, I think, yeah, there's a good spot for them. Because, actually, no, below the Chrysanthemums. Because they can't directly kill Pikmin, but they can very well blow them off the edge, or blow them into other enemies. So you do definitely need to look out for the Puffies, and they have a lot of HP as well. Okay, Moss. Here's an interesting case, Moss. Very interesting mechanics. It does have a lot of, Moss does have a lot of HP, so probably a, probably at the bottom of Do Not Disturb. Though it does pretty much, if you kill Moss, you won't have to worry about it for the rest of the day, so you should be fine. But yeah, it is definitely annoying to chase it down. Then if Moss does get a few loose stragglers carrying a treasure, which actually happened to me in my playthrough, it is a bit annoying to go over and retrieve them. Okay, the Arctic Cannon Beetle Larva. Okay, these things are way less lethal than the normal ones. I'd say they're still a minor issue, because they take your Pikmin and they just shoot them off. They just shoot them off, so yeah, definitely more of an issue, but like not a lot of problems you're gonna have with them. Other than that, okay, not Aristocrabs, Crawmads. Yeah, Crawmad. Okay, so where do we want to put the Crawmad? I think the Crawmad's probably, I want to say a no worries, because these things aren't that big of a deal. Like, Crawmads aren't that big of a deal, because they're quite slow, and they won't kill many Pikmin. Like, not a very big issue. Okay, here we go, the Snowy Blowhog. These things are just the normal ones, but on kind of ice steroids. So I'd probably put them above the Greater Spotted Jelly Floats, because they freeze your Pikmin and they blow them away. That's a double wombo combo. That can be lethal. That could be very lethal right there. Okay, Dwarf Orange Bulborbs. Oh no, never mind, that's the big one. Okay, big ones. Yeah, I'd probably put them as a Do Not Disturb, because the big ones, they have a increased range, and they will just target down. Like, if you come close to them, they will just latch onto you and, like, take you down. But yet again, not that big of an issue. It's the same with other Bulborbs, you just get up to them and just charge them with Ochi, and you'll be fine. Okay, the Fiery Bulblacks, and I think this is the last one before bosses. Yes it is. Okay, the Fiery Bulblacks is yet again another Do Not Disturb, and I'd put this thing at the top of, do not disturb. Like, these things are deadly. You do need to be very careful. Yeah, you do need to be careful. Actually, bottom of danger. I'm gonna put them at the bottom of danger for now, because you can only fight them with reds, and they have a lot of HP. That's all I have to say. And yet again, it's just like with the ice ones, if you have multiple colors of Pikmin, and you can't charge them with Ochi, because then the others are going to go on there, and then it's all just going to turn into hell and chaos. So yeah, definitely suck. You don't see them a lot, but you see them enough to make them a present issue. Okay, now we can move on to the bosses. Let's start off with the obvious ones. The big blowhogs. Okay, these things aren't that much harder than normal ones, they're just much bigger. That's really it. They're just bigger, so I'd probably put them at the bottom of minor issue. Though I probably will, actually, I'm gonna move them up a bit. Okay, I think that's a good spot. Yeah, because the fire ones, as I said, you'll be mainly fighting them with reds. The thing is with these ones is that you can fight them with really any kind, because they're so big. You can just Ochi its bum, and all the Pikmin will just latch on and just like start killing them. The ice ones are obviously harder because you can't freeze them. Okay, here we go, the Emperor. And you know, let's get the Serene. So the Emperors are definitely a do not disturb. I'd probably put them right there, below Bowl Bears. Actually, no, higher than Bowl Bears. Actually, no, higher than everything. At the top of do not disturb. And then the Serene, oh baby, the Serene, that's going at danger. Ooh, the Serene's going at danger, because the Serene is pretty much the Pikmin 1 Emperor Bulblax, while the normal Emperor Bulblax is like Pikmin 2 Bulblax. They can eat a lot of Pikmin, and especially sucks because if they have their tongue out and you're throwing Pikmin at them, the Pikmin will just latch onto their tongue and will get eaten, no matter what. So you definitely do need to be very, very careful when it comes to that. And then the Serenes, they're also much bigger, and have a lot more HP, and can eat, obviously, a lot more Pikmin. So yeah, definitely top of danger. One of the deadliest enemies in the game. Okay, let's do the Master Wog. Master Wog. Where do we want to put Master Wog? I want to put Master Wog at the bottom of Do Not Disturb, because it's just another Wollywog with a lot of HP and a very big squish range. So you do need to definitely stand back a lot when fighting these things. Like, you do need to back off, especially because they can legit do from facing that way to facing this way in 0.2 seconds, because they can just pull a 180 and just jump up, dead. So you do need to be careful when fighting them. Okay, the Arctic Cannon Beetle, and let's get the normal Cannon Beetle as well. Arctic are definitely less annoying. I'd probably put them at the top of a minor issue. Or actually, do I find these more annoying? No, I'm moving the Master Wog down, and I'm gonna keep the Arctic there, and I'm gonna move the normal Cannon Beetle up to do not disturb, because with the ice they can't directly kill your Pikmin, they can just get them trapped in an ice ball. Though there are a few terrains in the game where there can be definitely like an issue, like specifically in the sub-level where you fight in the Cavern for a King. Like where it goes down, like if your Pikmin get caught, it like goes down that big windy path and all the way back to the beginning. It's definitely an annoyance. And then the normal ones, obviously they spit boulders. They're gonna be a problem. Okay, the Jumbo Bulborb. These are just Bulborb, but like they've had growth hormones or something. They're just massive. Probably a little bit they're probably more lethal than you. In fact, I'm gonna move the Arctic there. Jumbo Bulborbs, they can eat a lot of Pikmin, and pretty fast, and they also have an attack where they just go chomp, 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 and they just like rush forward doing it. which is definitely very scary. So, if he shakes Pikmin off and then he does that, salute to those Pikmin, they did well, because they're gone. That's all I can say. Okay, let's do the puff stools. Okay, so the normal puff stool, it can poison your Pikmin, so definitely, probably say it's a bit less than the, I'd say it's a bit less than the Jumbo, and with this one, it also poisons your Pikmin, but I'd put it at Do Not Disturb because it can recover enemies. I'm not sure if it's, I'm not sure if it's only poison enemies that it can recover, or if it can just recover any kind of enemy. But in the only time that we fight it, it does recover both the poison mushrooms and the poisonous enemies on that sub-level. So yeah, definitely a Do Not Disturb. I'd probably put it above the Cannon Beetle and move you down. Move these fellas down. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We can, yet again, we can resort this all at the end. Okay, this dude, the little scorpion, we fight him twice in the game. Once in the Serene Shores and once in the final cave. Not that big of an issue. It doesn't really eat Pikmin all that often. It's probably up there with the, probably, I'd say, there is a good spot for it. Because, yes, it can eat Pikmin, and yes, you do need, a decent amount of Pikmin to actually be able to start attacking. But other than that, not a big issue. You'll be fine. Okay, I've been negating this one for a while. The Water Wraith. The Water Wraith. What do we want to do for the Water Wraith? He's definitely not danger. He's not danger. He's probably pretty high up on Do Not Disturb. Because if this was Pikmin 2 Water Wraith, he'd be up in danger. But because the AI of the Water Wraith isn't as good in this game, because it won't directly try to target your Pikmin, it'll just traverse an area. It won't, try to target you at all. You'll be fine if it spots you. You don't need to worry at all. You'll be fine. If that happens. Okay, the big butterfly, you fight once in the game. Not that big of a deal, though. The battle gimmick is definitely interesting. So I'll put it up there. I'd probably put it above the Water Wraith. Actually, no, below the Water Wraith, yeah. Because to fight it, you need, you definitely will need fire starters. Because it heats up the room and allows you to actually, defeat the coat. And as, it, loses more HP, the coat it has gets thicker and thicker and stronger. But it does have the ability to freeze Pikmin, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, these things, the weird looking Bloisters. You fight these, I think there's 3 of them in the game. There's one in the overworld in the Giant's Hearth, and there's a sub-level 2 or 3 of them in the Cavern for a King. Not that, they are definitely annoying, so I'll put them at the top of a minor issue. But I haven't seen these things kill Pikmin. I'm sure they can. But I haven't seen them kill a Pikmin. So yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, the Empress. Come on up here, buddy. Ta-da! Danger! Specifically danger for the 3rd time that you fight it. In the Cavern for a King. Because that sucks. Especially if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a big problem. Because you need to use the geysers to jump over it, and also babies fall from the sky when it hits the wall. That's a big issue. That's a big issue. You need to avoid that at all costs. So yeah, and it also can squish a lot of Pikmin, and if it shakes your Pikmin off, they're dead, and if you get caught behind it, you're dead. So yeah, you need to be careful. Okay, the Burrowing Snagret. Snagret. Where do I want to put the Snagret? I think right there is a good spot for the Snagret. I think I'm going to replace those 2. But yeah, Snagret sits right there because it can kill a decent amount of Pikmin, but, like, it doesn't have an overly amount of HP. Um, like, in fact, you don't even need Pikmin to kill it at all. I learnt that from one of my big challenges that I'm doing. Ooh, big challenges. You guys will learn what that is shortly when I make a video on it. I still need to beat it though. But yeah, not that big of a deal. They are still annoying. Okay, the Porquillian. The Porquillian. Okay, Porquillian. These things are a minor issue. I think, actually, I'm gonna put them down here. And I'm gonna move you down a bit as well. I think that's better. Porquillian, it can't do a lot. Like, it can stab Pikmin, but it'll only stab, like, up to maybe 4 or 5 at once. And even then, as long as you're just not being an idiot, you can avoid it. Like, you'll be fine. Just don't be dumb, and you'll survive. Okay, the Foolix. The Foolix. The Foolix, I would say, is a do not disturb. Yeah, I'd say the Foolix is a do not disturb. Because I want to say it can kill Pikmin, but I haven't seen it kill Pikmin. But yeah, you need to pull on its tail, and that'll, like, pull out the core, or, like, spread it from the nectar jelly type substance, and then you can just absolutely go ham on that core. But it does have quite a lot of HP, so... But because it can't kill Pikmin, I want to move it down a little bit. I think that's a good spot for it. Okay. The Hermit Crawmad. I think this one is... No, this is the... Yes, it is the Hermit Crawmad, I believe. Yeah, this thing's a do not disturb. You're a do not disturb, buddy. I'm gonna move a few things. Yeah, that looks good. Move you down a bit. Yep. Okay, that looks a bit better. But yeah, the Crawmads, you just need like a few Pikmin to just latch onto the eye. They'll destroy the eye. You do that with eye number 2, and then you just kind of just mash master on its back. Just throw like all your Pikmin at him. So yeah, don't need to worry there. You'll be fine. No worries. You're chilling, you're vibing, you're having a great time. Okay, final 5. Baldy. Hey. Baldy. Come on up, my friend. Baldy. Long legs. Sybil, I think it's harder than the Empress, but not as hard as a Ceravine. It definitely is easier to fight with winged Pikmin, but if you don't have winged Pikmin, or even glow Pikmin, like, even if you're fighting with glow Pikmin, they are an issue. And especially because, even if you're not fighting them, like, if you're fighting them with, like, any Pikmin that's not, wings or yellows, you're gonna have a tough time, because if it's on flat ground, you can't reach its bulb. Like, you just physically cannot reach its bulb, it's just too high. And yeah, it is definitely annoying, because then they gotta slowly climb up his legs, and then they get down to the core, and then they do like 5 damage, and then he shakes them off. Because there was that one Pikmin that got there early, and then he started doing damage. Yeah, now I'm just spreading off into a tangent. But yeah, they're issues. Okay, the man at legs. You are also a danger. But, ooh, is it harder than the Empress? Yes, I think it is harder than the Empress. You fight 2 of them in the game. One in the, cave it's first in the, giant's hearth. And there's, like, dirt walls surrounding it. The dirt walls are a trick. And dirt walls and pots are a trick. Because his bullets go through them, and you die. Learnt that the hard way. If you guys saw my Pikmin 4 streams, we learnt that the hard way. But yeah, that happens, which is scary. And then the second one that you fight in the Cabin for a King, he's surrounded by water, which makes it much harder to fight because that limits you to only using water and maybe ice if you want to. But that's ice are an issue because then they get in the water and then they, yeah, it's all an issue. So yeah, man legs suck. Okay, the groovy long legs. You only fight one groovy long legs in the game, which is definitely sad, as this is probably the coolest Pikmin boss to ever exist. Fight me, fight me. But I know a lot of you are going to agree with me that the groovy long legs is absolutely sick. It's not that big of a deal though. I think it's less lethal. I don't think it's quite danger leveled hard. I don't think it is quite danger levels. But still a problem. And also because the disco ball bulb thing is so big, you can fight it with any kind of Pikmin. The only thing is it does move faster depending on like the colors and whatnot. And it's also got pretty big feet. But overall, I think it just sits there and do not disturb. Heck, I think it might be harder than the Emperor. Okay, Smoky Prog. Up we come, buddy. Yeah, I think you're harder than the Shavine. Okay, so the Smoky Prog, you only fight one in the main game, or like in the main daytime, I guess. And that's in the final cave. Cabin for a King on, it's at level 10, I think it is. You fight him. That was my first introduction to the Smoky Prog, and goddamn was it terrifying. Yeah, that was scary experience. And then in Nighttime Exhibition, I did this yesterday. I'm trying to think. There was probably 10 Smoky Progs in all the nights of nighttime. 10. That's a whole lot of progs. Okay, maybe not 10, but that was a lot of progs though. So yeah, definitely. And they suck to fight because they have a lot of HP. Yeah, they suck. And the final enemy is the final boss itself, the Ancient Hound, the hardest enemy in Pikmin 4. This thing is absolutely bonkers. This thing can kill your Pikmin. It uses all of the hazards. It uses fire, electric, poison, water. I think that's it. But yeah, those. And all of the attacks suck. Like, they all are annoying to avoid. One of its poison attacks legit is an insta-kill. The electric attack sucks to fight. A downright hardest enemy in the game. And with that being said, that is the complete tier list. So, let's see how we did. So we have Honeywisp, Spectralids, a few Flint Beetles, blah blah blah, and easy. No worries, we had quite a lot of enemies in here. Lots of Dweevils, the giant breadbug, blowhogs, just like all those basic enemies you'd see everywhere. Minor issue, we're starting to get into the more hazardous enemies, or like the big versions of enemies, I guess you could say. Do Not Disturb, we're starting to get into like harder enemies or like minor bosses. And then Danger is really just really big threats, and finishing it off with the Ancient Hound. Everybody, that has been the Pikmin 4 enemy tier list. And to celebrate, as I promised, as you guys wanted me to do at the start of the stream, it's time to get jiggy. Microphone. subscribe. Okay, so that has been the Pikmin 4 tier list. I've linked the tier list down below. It should be in the description if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, thank you guys, everybody, so much for tuning in. And I will see yous in the next one. Bye-bye!